Happy birthday, Scorpio. Welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erica. How are you doing? I hope that you're well. Why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars? At the beginning of November, the sun is in Scorpio, your first house, which rules your personality, your physical body, and your appearance. November the 8th, it's the time to vote if you're an American citizen. If you haven't already done it by the time you watch this video. And if you're watching this after the fact, I hope you voted. Do your civic duty. Okay. On the 9th or the 10th of the month, depending on where you live, we have Mars, the planet of energy, impulse, and aggression, moving into Aquarius, which is your 4th house. The 4th house is the house of home and family. Home is where you live or where you consider home to be. Family can cover your parents or people you consider to be parents. The people that you live with, that can be your spouse and children and or fur babies, or your roommates. It could also speak to and cover your roots or foundation. Take that however you like. On November 11th or 12th, depending on where you live, Venus, the planet of love, harmony, and beauty, and also money and resources, moves into Capricorn, which is your 3rd house. The 3rd house covers short distance trips, your siblings, cousins, and neighbors, and communication. This can be how you speak, so your just the way that you communicate with others may be softened and a little bit, things may move a little bit more smoothly for you. How you speak, how other people interpret you, how you interpret others. Also covers your communication devices and your commute. That could be your vehicle or the way that you get there, the route that you take. Now, on the 12th or the 13th, depending on where you live, Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication, is moving into Sagittarius, which is your 2nd house. And that's the house of your values and your possessions, your money, your earning ability, your self-esteem, those resources, things that are very important to you. Something that you could probably point to and say, that's mine, would most likely classify as a 2nd house thing. So yeah, on the 14th or 15th, depending on where you live, we will have a full moon at 22 degrees of Taurus. And the Sabian symbol for 22 degrees of Taurus reads, a jewelry shop filled with valuable gems. This is occurring in your 7th house. And this is the house of your partnerships, how you identify with others, also counseling and open enemies. Open enemies is somebody that you would testify against in open court. I also see it as arguing with somebody on an online forum where other people can see the exchanges and be a part of it, to witness. The Sabian symbol, I think, is for you, represents finding out who your true friends are and finding those gems, those real treasures in friendship and relationships that you have, and valuing them more. On the 19th or 20th, depending on where you live, Neptune, the planet of nebulousness, illusion, and imagination, also addiction, goes direct in Pisces. This is your 5th house. The 5th house is the house of your pleasures, your social life, your children, and creativity. When Neptune goes direct, this is very out of the fog type energy. And because it's in your 5th house, I would say if you have an addiction, a socially driven addiction, or how you seek your pleasure, then this would be a good time to release that. Just a suggestion, Scorpio. I am a Scorpio rising. No judgment here. So, the fog becomes clearer in your 5th house of creation. And that's the house of your children. And that's the house of where you fall in love. And it's romance. And it's just a very beautiful house. And Neptune being there, you could be doing a lot of creating this year. Take advantage of it. Follow that inspiration. On the 21st or 22nd of the month, depending on where you live, we have 2 different things occurring. The first being the sun is moving into Sagittarius, which is your 2nd house. So there's going to be a lot of focus and highlight in that 2nd house of your money, earning ability, possessions, self-esteem, your values. And the other thing that will be occurring that day is Jupiter and Pluto are going to be blending very well together. So Jupiter's in your 12th house right now, which means that you're probably having a hard time sleeping like me. Um, if that's not the case, you may be dealing with a very karmic time. You could be dealing with a lot of repression. You could be dealing with secret enemies as well. So, but Jupiter's there and expanding that house. And Pluto is in your 10th house, which is Capricorn, and that's career, status, reputation, dealing with authorities, authority figures, and authorities in their field. William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and I see the 10th house as the stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. So you could be getting like karmic gifts because of your career or from your status. You could be dealing with repression in that career sector. You could be dealing with secret enemies or your self-undoing. So just, it could be good, it could be bad. It just depends on what's been going on in your personal chart. On the 25th or 26th, depending on where you live on the planet, we have Venus conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn, and this is your 3rd house. So Venus is the planet that represents love, beauty, harmony, money, and resources. Conjunct is just an amplification of the energies present. And Pluto is the planet of deep renewal and transformation. This occurring in Capricorn in your 3rd house could be hearing about, getting communication about a sibling, a cousin, or a neighbor, possibly female. Could be dealing with your car. Could be dealing with just how you are communicating. Could be very deep and very transformational communication for you around this time. If it's not dealing with that sort of communication with an individual on that level, it could be that you're getting information about money, which would be pretty cool too. So comment down below so we know if it was on the good or the bad, because this is Pluto's extreme. Venus is beauty and harmony and love, but it can also represent money and resources. So extreme money and resources, that's a double-edged sword. It could swing either way. Forewarned is forearmed. So I hope that y'all are paying attention. On the 29th or 30th, depending on where you live, we're going to have a new moon at 7 degrees of Sagittarius in your 2nd house. And this would be a perfect time for you to plant a seed for a new venture that would help make you more money, or help get you more possessions, or bring you more earning ability, or to even help boost your self-esteem. Might be a good time to think about an exercise regimen for the fall and winter to help keep the seasonal depression away if you're someone who deals with that. So yeah, Scorpio, that's what's going on for the month of November for you. I'm going to transition over to the tarot cards, and I'll be right back with your story. Hang tight. Hey Scorpio, I'm back. Let me write down the time real quick. Right. I wasn't wanting to cut. For my Scorpio viewers, general messages. I'm also going to be pulling 2 cards from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck and 2 cards from the Healing and Meditation Oracle deck. Alright, I'm going to cut. Bottom card for the underlying theme or the overarching energy, and the top 3 for clarity. Now the Sacred Rebels deck. cut. Take the bottom and the top card from this deck. And finally, the Healing and Meditation Oracle deck. For my Scorpio brothers and sisters. Okay. Take the top and the bottom card from this deck. Alright, y'all. What I'm going to do now is pause, do the tarot total, flip these over, and I'll be right back with your story. Hang tight. Hey Scorpio, I'm back with your cards, so let's go ahead and do this. The underlying theme or overarching energy of this reading is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The 7 for me represents the 7th house. You are having the full moon in Taurus in your 7th house. Let's talk about the 7th house. The 7th house is where you identify with others. It's your partnerships. It's counseling and open enemies. The pentacles represent earth signs. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. And the pentacles represent also money, energy, resources, health, those types of things. In the upright, this is a card of waiting for harvest. And not happy that this is the only pentacle that is yielded after all of this hard work that's been put in. This is the only one that you have to show for it. In reverse, it's like you have nothing to show for it. I can't help, and I've never noticed this before, but this looks like half of a heart. I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but the full moon is going to be occurring in Taurus, which is an earth sign, in your 7th house, which represents the 7 of this card. There's a synchronicity there that needs to be honored. You may be looking at your relationships or partnerships, even counseling, and seeing it from a different perspective, or feeling like the rug has been pulled from underneath of you because the character in the card is upside down in the reverse. The first in the top 3 for clarity is the King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups can represent you, Scorpio, but it could also be a Cancer or a Pisces. It can be their sun, moon, or rising if it is not you. This is a masculine water sign. In the reverse, he's very much in his feels and emotional. The fact that he's got a cup in each hand makes me feel like he may be drinking or doing some drinking. Neptune in the 5th house, you're possibly dealing with a male energy that is doing a lot of drinking and you don't like it, or you don't like who they become when they're drinking. And you're reevaluating the situation, possibly. The Cups cards normally, in the upright, this would be an emotionally intelligent, mature individual who has one foot in his emotions, but one foot on solid ground as well. But in the reverse, there's nothing grounding him whatsoever. The second card is a Major Arcana card. It's the Star card. And this is the 17th card of the Major Arcana. 1 plus 7 is 8. The 8th house is ruled by you, Scorpio, and that's the house of life, death, rebirth, that entire cycle. It covers instincts that could be primal, basic, or human instincts. It covers sexuality. It also covers regeneration, transformation, metamorphosis, and other people's money. There are 8 stars on this card. The number 8 may be important. On the 8th, go vote. The star card as a major arcana represents Aquarius, the zodiac sign of Aquarius, and Mars is moving into Aquarius in your 4th house, the house of home and family. There may be inspiration or happiness in the home, or you may be talking about happiness in the home and how you're not happy there, because all of the characters except for the star in the middle are in reverse. The only card that's upright is the star, and it's in the middle, and it's reflecting the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And I can't help but notice that this character has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on solid ground. Aquarius is the water bringer. It's an air sign, but it's the most emotionally intelligent and empathic of the air signs, in my opinion. I'm not dogging on the other ones. It's just the reality of my truth. That's how I see it. And once again, 2 cups, double fisting. Could be dealing with drinking or not wanting to drink anymore, or not wanting your partner to drink anymore, or something to that effect. The final card is the Queen of Cups, which is in reverse. I see this as a female water sign. That would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Or just a very watery individual, emotional in their feels. This individual is intuitive. But the fact that she's in reverse, she may feel like her intuition is like, I'm just all in my head, if that makes sense, or thinking about it too much. I see this person as somebody who, when they're telling a story, gets emotional telling the story because it's like they're reliving it again. And I understand that. I can be that way myself sometimes, depending on what's going on. But yeah, it's examination. I think the male and the female water signs in this situation are examining their partnerships and their relationships, and some of them are inspired to take action, and it may not make certain people happy. That action could be deciding to split up. That action could be deciding to work on it. That action could be deciding to seek help in areas that you may be dealing with addiction. It feels like these 2 people aren't seeing eye to eye. And not only, it's like, she's completely focused on whatever's in this cup. She doesn't have to open it because she already knows what's in it. That's her intuition. This guy just seems like he's drinking to get away from the problem, or not wanting to look at the problem. This could also involve a Libra, and I say that because of the 7th house representation of this card right here. The pentacles represent earth signs, but the 7 is the 7th house, and that house is ruled by Libra, so it may involve a Libra. I did the math for this. The star is the 17th card, and we've got the 7 of Pentacles. 17 plus 7 is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. That speaks to the Virgo ruled house of work and health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. So it may involve a Virgo as well. Or work, health, just depending. We all have different charts, and this is a general reading. Okay, so from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck, I said I was going to pull 2 cards for you, but when I got to pulling them apart and flipping them over, there were 3. So, you've got a Lagniappe card, a little something extra. Congratulations, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and get down to it. The first is Big Bold Vision. What I want you to do is look up the honeybee spiritual meaning. It can be spirit totem animal, it could be spirit animal, however you feel led. But look up what the bumblebee or honeybee symbology is, because we've got one here and we've got one here. And what I see here is like royal jelly for the throat chakra. It's like honey for the voice, if you will, honey for the vocal cords. And what's really spectacular about that is that Venus is moving into your 3rd house, speaking of communication. So anything that you have to say right now would really be very, very well received around the 11th or 12th, and that'll give you, you've got a few weeks in that area to where you can really speak and be well understood, well heard, well received. It's like your throat chakra is just shining right now. Up here, it feels like it's like your 3rd eye is either opening or buzzing or humming or vibrating in some way. It's getting your attention. This card says receive that call and accept the invitation to develop your intuition. Accept the invitation to begin or begin again. Trust your perceptions, but be bold in it and follow that. Big Bold Vision is the 15th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 1 + 5 is 6. Again, speaking to the Virgo ruled house of work and health, or the competency and skills that you bring to the services that you provide. Bring that big, bold vision to your work and the skills that you provide. Bring it and allow it and speak your truth, speak it in love, and it could yield a lot of really fruitful results for you. Her eyes are wide open, so it's not like you're being deceived in any way. It's sparkling, it's radiating with it's begging for being bold, especially in your speech, especially, which is speaking very, very strongly to me. The second card that you received in this story, Lucky Dogs, is Spirals of Manifestation, and I love this card. The Spirals of Manifestation card is the 18th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 1 + 8 is 9, and that speaks to the Sagittarius ruled house of higher education, long-distance trips, adventures in questing, foreign people, foreign places, foreign things, the study of foreign languages, the study of religion and philosophy, the study of astrology, legal system matters. It's a big house. This card indicates that you're closer to your goal than you think, that you need to hold on to your vision and work daily towards that goal. You need to strive for progress, not perfection, and honor the sacred synchronicities that are occurring for you right now. The third card that you received is Free from Judgment, Free to Love. This is the 39th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 3 plus 9 is 12, and this covers your 12th house where Jupiter is. That's the house of limitations, repression, karma, self-undoing, secret enemies, dreams, and the secrets that you keep from yourself and from others. This card represents the fact that you are you're learning about mothering. You're learning how to mother yourself and your inner child, possibly your own children. You're releasing anything towards, or it indicates the opportunity to release anything that is tied to mother issues that you may have. It's an invitation to release that. This is an invitation to nurture more. And that if you're experiencing any difficulties in life right now, that the solutions to those difficulties are in gestation. It doesn't mean that the solution is going to show up tomorrow, but it's on the spiral of manifestation and coming your way. And, I mean, we're looking at November. It's fixing to be Christmas time. I can't help but look at that as snowflakes or white Christmas lights. So, can you believe that it is already November, y'all? And November's going to fly. It's going to fly for us. It will. It's going to go by so fast. Like that. You got 2 healing and meditation oracle cards. The first being breathing, Scorpio. Breathing is very important. Breathing can honestly help bring you back to the moment. It can help with your blood pressure. It can help with your pulse. It can help just with your nerves. You'll hear me breathing from time to time, deep breathing. It's to help calm and recenter myself. Sometimes these messages can be very overwhelming, and if I don't breathe, I catch myself shaking. It's just the way that it goes. So being mindful about your breath is very important, and it can help to really calm and center you. The breathing card reads, mindfulness of breathing is integral to peace of mind and has many practical applications, especially for singers, musicians, and athletes. To make this experience more intense, try to focus on the following thoughts. I am inhaling more deeply and slowly. I am exhaling more completely. My breath is a bridge between my mind and my body, and I am aware of each small physical sensation as I breathe in and out. Mindfulness of breathing can be practiced anywhere and at any time, but it's especially useful if you're preparing to take part in a musical performance or an athletic event. Well, no duh. Breathing is a wonderful tool. Breathing can help calm you. Breathing can put you into a trance. They don't call it Lamaze breathing for nothing. It helps focus your attention and help calm you. Now, me personally, I didn't do Lamaze. I had 2 C-section babies. But respect to those mamas who huffed and puffed it out. The second card is diet. And we've had a lot of 6s show up based on the numerology of the cards and how I read them. So pay attention to your health as well, not just your work, but also your health. And in breathing and watching your diet, this can help a lot. Try to get more color into your diet, especially with this rich food season coming up. I can't wait for it. I'm all about that food, but my Taurus moon. But the diet is important, and taking care of your body as a vessel is important as well. So, the diet card reads, a nutritious daily diet contributes significantly to long and healthy life. Consider what you eat, the amount you eat, and the speed at which you eat, and incorporate your thoughts on these matters into your daily meditation. I am aware of the flavor and texture of every mouthful of food. I give thanks for the bountiful harvest and take nothing for granted. How appropriate, the bountiful harvest in November. I am trying to eat more slowly and consume smaller quantities. Well, maybe not for Thanksgiving. I value sharing with others the pleasure of meals. It's pretty cool that that showed up for the November reading. Thanksgiving for the Americas anyway, right? Alright, Scorpio, that's what I see going on for you for the month of November. I'll be around mid-month to pull a few more cards for you, and I'll be around for the December videos. I'm already starting to work on the year review videos for 2017 for y'all, so that'll be coming down the line as well. I'm going to try to get them out in as fast or rapid succession as I can. Bear with me, I'm still juggling everything with my son and the whole nine, going back and forth with that, but y'all are a priority for me as well. Take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and save some of that kindness for others, Scorpio, because we're all going through secret battles that some of us will never speak about to another soul. I will be around soon. Take care of yourselves. Namaste, y'all. Bye.